Thanks for another session, for another tune in to August's very own Lamar. Today we're going over some price action here on Euro. I've only taken two trades today, one on MT5, which I should probably close, and also on TradingView, just so you can see area of injury. Today we're going over a couple of things later in the video. Mainly everyone's here for price action orders that have been taken. So we're going to go over that first. The other things that's going to be later in the video are more mentality things and ways to develop the mind as well. Because as a trader, you should have to say, feel, or even be able to handle the stomach quenching, the emotions, and the development of your mentality as a new trader. Even if it's still like your first or second year, you know you've been doing well, you've been very consistent, but that doesn't develop you. You could be consistent with doing the same thing over and over. Your money might grow by compounding, but your mentality might stay the same. But during that compounding, there's a lot of mental growth and emotional growth as a trader. Everyone knows this. Even if it's still my first year and I'm still saying yes to every time I take profit, and it's like there's a lot of development there. Today we're going to go over why I was completely bullish today. Let me break this down for you here. My overall objective. Let me make this, actually, let me just reboot the screen here. My overall objective is seeing buy side liquidity taken. As you see here, we're taking out all of these initial highs or intermediate highs right here. So that lets me know we're completely bullish right now. Also, just based off the structure itself, look at how price has been pushing, right? All along. And I believe on Monday, I was in an AU trade not trying, but I did take a bearish trade because I know we're going to go head back to a fair value gap. But honestly, we had Tuesday here, Monday here. As you see on Monday, we were not going lower. Price did not say, I want to go lower at all. Tuesday came completely bullish. Nothing more than bullishness. And this is on the daily. So what is that telling me for Wednesday? We're going to see higher price. And what do I need to look for? The power of 3 from midnight open, also at 8:30 open. As you see, we had completely bullish on Tuesday. Let me drop down to the hour. Price did not want to take out this lower low, and if it wanted to, it would have. That's my mentality when it comes to price. Price will go where price wants to go, and I just have to pay attention to the structure that it creates. As you see, price really didn't run like it did the previous day. It kind of just walked after it created a new lower low, and it just stayed extremely stagnant. But what was exactly I looking for the midnight open? I wanted to see these highs taken, right? Because as soon as buy side is taken, everyone knows price goes to sell side now, or even sell side imbalance. It's the only thing that I look for. And as you see here, based off these highs here, relatively equal highs, or I can even raise this to this swing high here. Price took that and simply ran lower than the midnight open. That's what we look for. We want to see sell side taking on a bullish day, and then price break structure as it did here. Where's my order block? Right here. And same thing with the order block. Where are some key points on the order block? I'm gonna highlight that here. I do represent the hourly more than any other time frame. I raise that a little bit more. Anyway, so that's exactly what I look for. As Price always says, Michael always says, the key levels of an order block is just high and open. Based off this, I was not suggesting price to go lower than this order block here, or even hit the equilibrium of this order block. I believe that was the order block on. One second. I think I pieced that wrong together. Yeah, this should be up here. And as you see, price respected the order block here, and that's exactly where I got in. You'll see it on the lower time frames, honestly, and you see where I got in. There's the arrow towards the high of that order block. Also, you guys let me know, do you believe videos do better when you see the person, more of a lifestyle type thing, plus the charts, or does it really matter for the charts only? Y'all let me know. T-Trades does it beautifully, I'm just gonna say that. But anyway, that was my objective for today, and same thing on the 8:30 open. 8 o'clock's here. It completely runs 8 o'clock multiple times. Let's go down to the 15. Now, this black line right here was my objective on MT5 for buy side liquidity. Don't ask me where I got it from. I'm not a part of any groups, promise you. But here are the levels for, that's why it was down there. That makes sense. I didn't go down to the 15 yet. But to me, these bars right here are my bullish order block. Price runs and takes buy side, comes back down, and I'm looking for that around like 9:30, 10 o'clock. Does price take sell side on 8:30 open? It did multiple times. And thing is about the 8:30 open, you can use that high as an objective and that low as sell side. So you can get in on sell side or get in on a fair value gap that takes buy side liquidity prior to 8:30 open. Prior to 8:30 open, here's buy side. That's just me. Doesn't mean this is your system. And another way of trying to see where you can get in at was this break of structure here, right? Here's another order block. Price comes down and respects the equilibrium of that order block. Here, that black line right here is where price simply did not pass. I like to weather all of that sometimes. And today, even though this is part of the mentality and stomach crunching price action, I was either gonna, how would you say, take out at break even, or I'm gonna take out at take profit. Either one win. It's a win-win, either one, because now my emotions is better. I took price to the stomach more, or I just take profit and I get all of that plus profit. Going back to the charts, and price is perfect here, right? It creates a lot of structure here. Here's your break of structure, comes back down, doesn't pass the equilibrium of an order block. There is a fair value gap on the lower time frame, but I put more emphasis on a higher time frame. And as you see, price takes my MT5 profit here. Also, if you want to see the trades that I took on paper trading, here. There's a lot of red in here, honestly. If you're looking at the screen. Oh, I still have a trade open. Must be on AU. But here is my euro trade. I'll put 2 contracts on. And that's it. That's all I was waiting for. So you have the higher time frame, break of structure, coming back to an order block here, waiting for price to come out of here, and that's exactly what you look for. You're going down to a 5-minute. Here's your 8:30 open. Same thing as the midnight open. You wait for price to take sell side liquidity, break of structure, coming back to a fair value gap or order block. Very simple. My main bias is bullish. So I'm seeking buy side liquidity is my main objective. You see exactly where I get in here. Not exactly to pinpoint, but up here. Where is sell side? Here. Where's the break of structure? Here. Did it break it with, how would you say, I have it written down here today. Displacement. Does it take this high with displacement after 8:30? Yes, it does. Comes back here. Exits right here. Now, my big objective was to come up to here. And it did beautifully. But thing is about this, I had to stomach all of that. And like I said, with the mentality and the emotions of taking profit, it was either I'm getting out on break even or I'm getting out on a little bit of take profit. It's a win-win regardless. As a trader, you never want to see too bad of a drawdown. So do half of 1% or just do 1%. And some people honestly do a 0.5% and then they reach for 1.5 or they reach for 1%. And that way you can take multiple trades in a day. So you're risking 1%, but your gain is like 3 or possibly 4. That's it. And beautiful execution here, beautiful exit here. Buy sides here, or even you can reach for this fair value gap. I believe that's actually what I reached for. I'm gonna grab this line. There. Perfect. And that was trading of the day. And honestly, I can stop it here for price action. I believe we are possibly going to seek buy side liquidity here, but I got in, got out exactly where I need to. And price traded structure beautifully. Here's another option to get in here. Still respected that 15-minute order block. Here's your equilibrium of it. You will have to weather all of these wicks, but you never would have been taken out because your stop loss should have been underneath these lows. That is a scary sight. Not gonna lie. That is a very scary sight, very scary feeling when you're new. Or even you could be a year and a half and it would still bother you because you're not there yet. Here's another entry here. Order block. Fair value gap underneath equilibrium. Here. And that was my today's trading, honestly. And now we're going to get on to the second portion of, how would you say, the video. And this one is more for the people who understand that there's a lot more than just clicking the button. There's more, how would you say, emotions. There's more mental development that goes on, honestly. And today I went for a walk. I found a new book. It's completely fresh, right? Completely fresh. There's a page in here. Oh, that's cool. This one's called Good Company. It's from the co-founder of Home Depot. To me, one of the biggest things that I had to switch in my mentality, or even beginning trading, I'm a very team-oriented person. So every time I took notes or I jotted down a lot of things, I put we in there instead of I. I'm starting to be more selfish on purpose, and I believe that's a good thing. So instead of saying we when I'm taking down notes, the click of the button or who's clicking the button is me. So when I started writing down my notes in the past month and a half, I started writing, I see sell side being taken. I see buy side broken. I see a fair value gap here. Try that. If you're a team-oriented person or you're not as selfish for yourself just yet, because I believe being selfish is actually more self-love than self-others. I said self-love for others. I apologize. Try that out. It's switching my mentality of putting myself first in everything. And I think that's the ultimate self-love. That's the ultimate, how would you say, most important. But on beside of your system, there needs to be a system for you. So how do you wake up in the morning? How do you get yourself ready at 7:30 or 8 o'clock? Because you know in 30 minutes you have the 8:30 open. How do you process, or how do you even get yourself ready for all of that? You have to treat it like you're gonna die by it, if that makes sense. Because no matter what, I'm going to do this. No matter what, I'm going to put myself in this position. You have to be selfish for a reason. And I believe it's the biggest turning point I've ever gone through. And the third thing I really want to talk about is the emotions are filling the gut wrenching, how would you say, emotion of nerves of every time you open up a trade or you finally click the button and you say, am I going to make it? You're going to make it. This is only the first year. Well, for me at least, it's only the first year. I definitely dibbled and dabbed with other companies. Everyone knows other companies that teaches people how to trade. Anyway, but dibble and dab in the past, so I understand now that the emotions that I feel are a must. There's no way around the development. There's no way around how would you say, feeling and seeing yourself lose. This is you losing every day. Or you're a loser. Literally, you're a loser because you're not creating a system for self. You're not creating a process, or how would you say, a dream for self. So the ultimate self-love is actually being selfish. You have to create a process. You're going to feel the emotions. The emotions that you're feeling after you click the button are a must. They're part of the process itself. So if you're down 0.5 or 1% or 1.5%, I mean, I don't know who's risking 2% of trade. I mean, you must be years ahead. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, it's part of the process no matter what. So seeing these wicks right here, I had to stomach that because I didn't hit take profit yet. Like I told you, my take profit was all the way up here. I had to stomach that. But then to gain back confidence, I was like, wait a second. If I'm seeking buy side liquidity, didn't price just put in equal highs? If the charts are still open, didn't price just create equal highs right here? There's buy side liquidity. So that means it's a must for myself to get in. And the price that I put in was 66.5. There. So if price created buy side liquidity, why wouldn't price go there if that's your system? If that's how you trade, I seek liquidity to be taken. So I gain confidence back because I'm sticking to my bias. I'm sticking to myself, and I'm getting better with that because I'm being more selfish. I'm trusting myself more. Well, at least within trading, I could trust myself out in public. I could trust myself to communicate better going to like a private gallery or private car meet. Like, I can trust myself in other areas. This is just another area of confidence. And that's all it really takes. So if you're a new trader, it's part of the process. Grow yourself mentally. Like I said, I went for a walk today, found a new book by, I don't even know this guy's name by heart, but the co-founder of Home Depot. He knows some things that I don't. So I'm going to see what are some things that he went through. Did he go through a similar emotional type? There's other people you can gain knowledge or access from. Use it. But understand the emotions and the mental development is also part of the process of becoming of the dream that you dreamt. Did I say that right? You're becoming the dream that you dreamt. My accent's coming out now. Jesus. But yeah, today was a marvelously good day for me. I'm still doing the thank God I hit take profit, and I'm gonna get over that and all the emotions that go with price action and all of this, and seeing red and then seeing green. Everyone knows that feeling looking at MT5 while you're out because you're not at the charts. It's part of the process, honestly. And oh, he's just saying this because he took take profit this day. It doesn't matter. I took losses yesterday. If you've seen, actually not yesterday, a couple days ago, if you go back in the video, there's a bunch of reds in there. But it's part of the process. And honestly, thanks for tuning in. Any questions, you can talk to me on Twitter. And let me close this video out now. Have a blissful week.